Stop being a nice guy. Have you ever wondered why some men are inexplicably magnetic to the opposite sex? Do you feel angry and frustrated when you say yes to something you'd rather say no to? Have you felt like your opinion isn't valued as much as others? If you answered yes to all of that, let me tell you that you're a nice guy, maybe to an excessive extent. If you're watching this video, it's because you're interested in the information, and you can be sure that you need to know this content. Before we begin, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can keep watching all the content we bring to you. Now, let's get started. Being a nice guy certainly has its benefits, such as good interpersonal relationships, positive references, and great opportunities. But, who cares about that if you can't achieve the goals that truly matter to you? If you want to be truly heard, it's time to leave behind the image of the good boy that everyone knows and start becoming the bad boy that everyone adores. Pay close attention, because we'll give you some tips on how to be kind to others while valuing yourself as a person, even if they later call you a bad boy. To stop being a nice guy, you need to understand the characteristics that make you a nice guy in the first place. Only then can you know what to modify in your life. Do you believe that being nice and kind will bring you happiness, love, and fulfillment in return? You offer to do things you wouldn't normally do for girls you barely know. You avoid creating conflicts with girls by withholding your opinions and trying to please them in everything. You try to fix their problems and take responsibility for them. You seek the approval of others. You always strive to do what is right. You have difficulty prioritizing your own needs. You are emotionally dependent on your partner. Did you identify with one or more of these characteristics? No, it's not that I know who you are, but nice guys tend to have these same characteristics, which is why they are often rejected. Now, let's get to what you really care about. How can you stop being the nice guy and start becoming the guy that everyone is looking for? 1. Say goodbye to agreeing with everything you're told. Firstly, being different makes you more interesting. Imagine being in a meeting where everyone agrees on everything that's being said. How boring. On the other hand, if someone, in this case you, has a different opinion, you'll become the center of attention and open up an exciting debate where you'll be the protagonist, attracting the girls around you even more. Secondly, disagreement can lead you to find more creative solutions. If you agree with everyone all the time, it's easy to become a people pleaser. But when you have a different opinion, you can open the door to new ideas and solutions. 2. Stop trying to please the girl you like in everything. It's normal to feel pressured to please others and forget that your needs are important too. But if you're always trying to please others, who's pleasing you? It's important to learn to set boundaries and say no when necessary. Stop trying to please the girl you like doesn't mean you should be selfish or insensitive. It means you need to prioritize your needs on an equal footing with others. Learn to prioritize your needs, interests, and goals. If you don't like something or feel uncomfortable, learn to say no and don't feel guilty about it. Remember that if they start seeing you as the bad guy after this, they probably weren't worth it in the first place. 3. Set your boundaries, even if they don't like it. It's important to establish clear boundaries in your life and stand up for your thoughts and ideas. Don't allow others to disrespect you or ignore you, as this can affect your self-esteem and emotional well-being. Sometimes, it can be difficult to set boundaries, especially if you're worried about others thinking poorly of you or rejecting you. But setting your boundaries doesn't make you a coward. On the contrary, it shows that you respect yourself and have confidence in yourself. Remember that you don't have to justify your boundaries to others. If something doesn't sit right with you or you don't feel comfortable, you have the right to say no and establish healthy boundaries. Enough of letting others do whatever they want with you. 4. Take your time and do things at your own pace. Sometimes, we may feel tempted to do more than what's expected of us, whether it's offering voluntary help to our peers or working extra hours without being asked. However, this can make others believe that our time isn't valuable and that we're available to do more work than necessary. On the other hand, when you're just starting to date someone, don't immediately show your affection with flowers, stuffed animals, jewelry, expensive dinners, etc. Save your gifts for someone you already know and who truly deserves them. Don't try to be the nice guy who rushes to give expensive gifts, demonstrating that you're completely available and at someone's disposal. It's time to establish a healthy distance and assert your own worth. If she's interested in you, she'll show it too. If she doesn't, she's not the woman you need in your life. 5. To hell with it all. You don't need someone else to be happy. If we base our happiness on the approval or love of others, we give others power over our lives and make ourselves feel needy and weak. Instead of depending on others to be happy, it's important to build our self-esteem based on our own efforts and achievements. You must learn to value yourself and appreciate your own qualities, rather than seeking validation from others. Why do you focus on obtaining that approval? Learn to love yourself and be happy with yourself. Dedicate time to activities you enjoy, surround yourself with people who make you feel good, and cultivate your own happiness and emotional well-being. Remember that you are important and deserving of happiness in your own right. Don't let others' opinions determine your happiness. Instead, learn to value yourself and trust in your own efforts to achieve the happiness you desire. If you can put into practice each of the tips you've just seen, you will have impressive results almost immediately. However, we can assure you that detaching yourself from the image of the nice guy can be difficult, and you will likely have to pay a high price. Nevertheless, no sacrifice is too great compared to the reward of being a respected, loved, and above all, sought-after man. As for the benefits, beyond the ones we just mentioned, it will be the complete satisfaction of knowing that you are a new man. That the nice guy everyone took advantage of is just a distant memory and will never regain control of your life. It's important to work on increasing your confidence and boldness, but avoid putting anyone on a pedestal. If you do, you run the risk of creating unrealistic expectations and falling into an obsession with that perfect person who doesn't exist. Instead, recognize that we are all human beings with our virtues and flaws. To improve your confidence in your interpersonal relationships, you can seek opportunities for personal growth. Attention! I don't want you to misunderstand. Be careful not to misunderstand the situation and start treating others poorly and stop helping them. You should strive for a balance between being kind and being clear about what you want. It's time for you to make the decision. Step out of that eternal nightmare that resides within you. Exchange lamentations for laughter. Swap loneliness for the company of those who truly value you. Replace the discomfort of not understanding why you're never anyone's first choice with the value of having someone by your side who thinks of you and puts you first at all times. Remove insecurities from your life. Take control of your routine, and start becoming that bad boy who captures attention just by walking past people. However, never stop being kind, never lose that essence that defines you. It's simply about becoming the best version of yourself, and remember, if along the way you lose the girl you liked or friends, then those people don't have the right to call themselves your friend or partner because they never were. Trust me, you'll be better off without those people in your life. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to subscribe and activate notifications, so you don't miss any of the content we have for you, and we'll see you in the next video.